The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or 5.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Greystone travel. Bravo.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Winslow slings this deep from McLaurin. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Under 10. 80 weapons. He's driven.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
132 fighter. Hey, Delta.
36. Shift. Watch the shift. Watch twitch.
Topper.
Switch gears.
Get it.
Now Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready, ready. 60 outlaw.
Come on, boy. You got me.
Now.
Don't be scared.
Check.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Down. 30 base.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Hard. Hard. And up.
On first down, this is Geis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Leo.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Shoot.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
3rd and 6.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Winslow. And he finds McLaurin. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, box up, box up.
95, Mike, watch 95.
Nice.
Back to throw. Winslow. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 28.
And up. 8-3.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off.
Throwing on first down. Winslow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Protein spill. Okay, Alpha.
Kill. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, there you go.
On 1st and 10, Street got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ready.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
6-6. Pull it high.
Come get some. Come on here. Come
Hey, high 7.
Check, 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 check.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Street looking deep for Julio. And got his man complete. Jones break. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Julio Jones. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Eagles, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 43 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run with Geis. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw on second down. Winslow. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back. Let's go now. 18 Gator. Hey, Orbit.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. You got nothing wrong. You got nothing.
Throwing on third and long. Winslow. He'll let this go for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it first and 10.
61, matchbox, hit it.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
On first down, Street. And he will find his man on the outside. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
Touchdown, Washington!
Great job, man.
Mecole Hardman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is Geis. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Winslow. Airing this one out for Evans. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point safely through, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Redskins take over 2nd and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has.
That's caught inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 59 yards.
A gain of 59 yards. First down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on second down, Street. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what...
He's got a man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Geis. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winslow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Recon, 152 fighter. Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Street setting up the screen for Cook. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get 34 yards there. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
218, jump. Hey, box truck, box truck.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Ready?
2nd and 15. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
First down, Washington.
Ready?
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
Back to throw. Street. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Exit.
On 1st and 10, Winslow. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Winslow. He completes it to Evans. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a run with Geis, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Darius Geis with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
17, Eagles 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Hey, high 7.
On first down, Street. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Street taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Hey, Orbit.
To throw on 2nd down. Winslow. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Now.
Operating from the gun. Winslow. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 30 yards there, and of course the 1st down as well. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way. take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Street. And this is Cook with a grab. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
First down, Redskins.
On the ready.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
5.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Hit it.
From the gun, Street. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go, D. Right there. 54, right there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Street, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Let him know.
Go.
Mike, 54's Mike. Check.
To throw on 3rd down. Street. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. Oh, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing on 1st down. Winslow. He finds his target. It's Evans. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Hey, echo. Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Winslow. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Cook. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Back to throw. Street taking a deep shot. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Mecole Hardman. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Redskins 31, Eagles 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the Eagles' 23-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Dalvin Cook, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the interception by the Redskins. D leads to a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Mecole Hardman, 34 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there. A big one. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Winslow. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. And now it's 2nd down.
10 over. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Throwing again. Winslow. Off to Geis on the screen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darius Geis. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles get a score closer. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
51 the mic, boys. 51.
On 1st and 10, Street. He's going to fire this thing deep right. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down, Washington.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Check 52.
Topper!
Give to Cook out of the gun. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch the screen.
Jay, exit.
Fresno. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Pick me up. Here we go.
Get it.
Back to throw. Street taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try again next week at home